All right, hi everybody. So for this debate, I'm going to be taking the side that due to many circumstances, the UN does not succeed at protecting human rights across the world. And so the main reason, based on all the research that I've done that I'm going to dive into about this, lies with the P5, or the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, in that they each have unequivocal veto power over any resolution that is proposed within the UN. And so why is this an issue? Okay, well, so any proposal relating to human rights abuses can be vetoed by any one of these 5 countries, no questions asked. So, for example, when there was a humanitarian ceasefire proposed in Gaza, the United States vetoed the resolution. We were the only country to do so, so it did not pass. For example, the Rohingya Muslim genocide that is going on won't even be brought to the table because it is known that China will veto any resolution regarding that. So that's the main issue here, especially with how the UN is set up. In terms of what they can do for human rights, yes, they do a lot of great things, but in terms of protecting human rights currently, there really isn't much happening. We have the killing of the discrimination and killing of the Uyghur population in China, and the issue with this is that every few years or so, there's a review of each country's human rights histories. However, China has essentially always dealt in bad faith with the UN, and they have rejected evidence that has been brought to the table. And so this is the issue, the core of the issue with the UN when it comes to human rights. And its weakness is that all the countries are free to engage and judge human rights for other countries and protecting peace across the world, but the minute that it interferes with a country's political interests, then they ignore it. And there's really no there's no way to enforce this. The UN is essentially powerless in enforcing any sort of resolution against a country. And so I think we see this a lot, especially with the P5 members, Russia, France, especially China and the United States, where any sort of resolution is just completely ignored. And so this is why I think that the UN fails to protect human rights on a global scale.